Hello everybody, this is just going to be an Angular tutorial and I am going to teach you how to use ngif statement and the ngswitch statement. So it's going to be a pretty simple tutorial. At this moment I'm doing ngserve so Angular can run, and then we can see a fresh copy of Angular of Angular. So this is pretty much the basic template that you will get when you just create Angular. And at this moment I'm actually in the app component.ts, and I have app component.html. And as you see here, this is where the links are at. This is, if you see the links visible here, I've put them in a div tag, and this is a blank div tag, doesn't have really a class, but let's get it started by doing something really interesting. So showing ngif is pretty much showing if you have some type of value that is valid, meaning it's not null, it's not undefined, or doesn't equal 0, Angular will show the component. So first let's create a property, and we're going to call it showlink. Showlink, and we're going to say it's a Boolean value, and we're going to equal to false. Let's first equal to false. Why? Because I want to show you that it works. What we're going to do is we're going to attach it to this div tag right here, and the way you do that is you put an asterisk, you put ngif, and then you say it's equal to showlink. So Angular is going to look for a property called showlink, and it also could look for like a template variable, but it's going to look for a property within the component called showlink, and it's going to assess its value. If it is, I said undefined, null, or 0, but also false. If it has false, it's not going to show the content that's within this container. So if I hit save and it has been compiled successfully, what we should see now is that this links are invisible, which it is. Fantastic. Another thing you can do, let's actually try this again. So I know, like I said before, if you hit 0, let's just show. Did it get compiled? I believe it did get compiled. Nothing happens. But if you show Boolean being 1, which I'm surprised this is actually compiling. Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, I'm like, what is happening? But if let's just hit true, since we already statically typed Boolean, these things should turn visible. Great, fantastic. Now let's just create like some type of, I don't know. Let's create some type of variable that doesn't really have a data type attached to it. So we just have has content, and we'll put 0 to show something. And do I have some information I can show? Yes, I do. I'll just create like something like this. I'll just create a div tag right here, and I'll actually remove this class and just put asterisk ngif. Oops, forgot to capitalize the right one. And then I'll put has content, and in here I'll put yes, content is present, right? However, I put has content to be 0. So based on what I said originally, it shouldn't show anything. However, if I shall put 1, save it, and it's been compiled, yes, content is present. Fantastic. Another thing I want to do is actually show the different types of ways that you can use the ngif statement. So you can do it in an if-else type of way, like by comparing values from one another. So I'm going to create something called total, and I'm going to make the data type to be a number, and I'm going to make it 3. And I'm also going to grab some snippets I already created, call it ngif. We're going to copy this in here, and we're going to paste it down here. So in here, you can make comparisons to like numbers or comparisons to other values. And right here, I have a total, which is from total variable, total property, and it has the value of 3. So what it says is, if total is greater than 3, it should print out less than 3. If total is greater than 2, it should print out less than 2. Now total is greater than 2, but it's not greater than these values. So if I save this and it compiles, you should only see less than 2, which you do. However, if I put 5, and we compile it, you should see it print out all 3. Another thing that's pretty cool, I just found out the other day, is the then and else statements that you can use. So let's actually put this into the HTML so you can see what we're working with here. So I have an ngif statement here, and I put a semicolon, and the keyword is then and else. So what's it saying is, if showlink is valid, meaning there is some content inside of this property, then show title. And when you hit show title, it means it's going to show any template variable that has the name show title. And if show title doesn't exist, else show animals. So right here we have show title under it with the ng template, and it'll say title is shown, the animals are shown. So at this moment we have showlink, which the value is true. So since ng show title does exist in the HTML, if I save it right here, you should see show title. Title is shown. Now let's say I don't have show title. Let's say I have show titles and I save it. You should see the animals are shown. And you don't. What the heck is going on? Okay, my mistake here. Okay, so when you hit show title, if you have show link and there's no title that exists, then nothing's going to get printed out. However, if you put show link to be false, then show animals should work. So let's save this. And the animals are shown. Now you can't do a then, like for example, if show title does not exist, then show, I don't know, show booty, or I don't know, show booty, and then have an else. No, it's pretty much an if else statement. And also when you have show link, it's not going to show the contents that are within this container. It's only going to show the contents that are specifically talked about with the then, show title, or else show animals. So this would not work. Show booty would not work even if I created a show booty, like if this value did not exist. So that is good. Another thing I want to tell you is you have to put it in ng template. You can't put it in a div tag. Let me actually pull some information out here to show you that it will not work. So we're going to put this here and we're going to save it. We're going to save this and nothing is going to be shown, even though you have the template variables and show in a div tag called show animals and show title. So reload, like it doesn't work. Technically it is being shown, but it's not being shown based on the if statement, if that makes sense. Basically this should be the only thing, title is the only thing that should be shown, but since it's not ng template, it doesn't work properly. The last thing I'm going to show you is the switch statement. So let's copy that over and put this over here. And I have a ng switch for total girlfriends. Yes, I'm a baller. I'm a smooth talker. And you know, I just have a lot of girlfriends. So I'm going to put the amount of girlfriends I have within my template or within my property. So let me say I have 3. And let's look back into the code. So when you want to create an ng switch, first thing you have to put it in the bracket and put ng switch camel case and call the property or the template variable, template variable. And then when you want to have different switch cases, you do asterisk ng switch case and you put the value that you want to see is going to be within the property. And if you want to have a default property right now, you would get this. So since I have 3 girlfriends, more than likely it compiles. I really just like chocolate chips. That's what's really being printed out. But if I said I had 2 girlfriends, let's say I had 2 girlfriends because, you know what I mean? They respect the boss. You understand? It says, "Aw, you suck, bro. I got 2 and they don't know about each other." You see what I'm saying? So this is so fantastic. You can use ngswitch statements to brag about how many girlfriends you have, or the total amount, or if you really like cookies. So that's all there is to it. Didn't really want to make it that long, but I appreciate you for watching.